Thomas wrote, I think this is on his Discord. Okay. He wrote, by the way, given current market conditions, we might only release on PS5 and potentially Switch 2 for the time being. We'll have to discuss things with Microsoft to see what makes sense for Xbox. Now, immediately upon reading this shit, immediately, I picked up that last line, and I hope you all did too. Okay. The last line saying, we'll have to discuss things with Microsoft to see what makes sense for Xbox. Now, mind you, he didn't say we have to discuss anything with PlayStation. He didn't say we have to discuss anything with Nintendo. We might only release on the PlayStation 5 and the Nintendo Switch 2, and that's it. He didn't have to discuss nothing with nobody, right?
But, I mean, better yet, he didn't say we'll discuss things with Sony to see what makes sense for PlayStation.
Yeah, true. He went to Microsoft.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, I'm not going to talk to you, Xbox.
We're going to talk to Microsoft and see what makes sense for little old Xbox, what they're deciding to put out or not to get this on that little box.
Well, you can't make this shit up. That it's clear as day. It's clear as day. He put this out there. First of all, if you're somebody who says, well, he wrote this on his Discord, okay? So he wasn't intending for it to be out in the public. Come on, okay? Come on. Discord, public place, right? It's not a private server. And even if it is a private server, those people in there are 100% able to clip and post, right? So,
well, I'm assuming if they're sharing that with the people in their Discord that they consider their audience, right? I'm assuming that's for everyone theoretically.
Yeah, for sure. But the idea is that they went out there and they said this knowing that everybody would see it, knowing specifically that somebody at Xbox might see it. And for them to come out so boldly and just say, yeah, given the market condition, that's funny. What's the market condition? Xbox has 30 some odd million consoles out there. PlayStation has 70 something million consoles out there. Ooh, big difference. Okay, cool. The Nintendo Switch 2 has like maybe 5 million. Right, it was 3 million, and then a week later, 3.5, and it's been over a month now. We haven't gotten any updated numbers, and frankly, you can go online right now and buy the console pretty easily. So it has way less consoles, way less of an addressable market than Xbox has right now. Let me tell you the difference. PlayStation will tell Thomas Mahler to go F himself if he came talking about, I want some money. Nintendo would tell Thomas Mahler to go F himself if he said, I need some money to bring the game over there. Okay. There's one platform that is known to give the bag for a game that they feel is worth it, and that's Xbox. And to come out here, out in the open, and tell everybody, I'm bringing it to PlayStation 5 and the Switch.
And maybe the Switch.
I'll talk to Xbox and see what they want to do. 100%. He is trying to strong arm them, right? He is trying to make them have to respond with money because the fans are going to demand it. That's what he thought. That's what he thought. He thought he was going to come out here, talk shit, and the fans were going to go and riot and at Phil, you piece of shit. Why did you do this? So if this was the end of it, okay, that would be one thing. But it's not the end of it. Okay. Somebody quote tweeted him, and then Thomas responded. So Ginger Prime quote tweeted him, right? And then here's Thomas, right? He says there's nothing to officially confirm yet. We want to support consoles, and just looking at the numbers, PlayStation 5 makes the most sense at the moment. Ultimately, we'll ship on all platforms, but likely not at the same time. And then you have people, first of all, people are like not happy with this, right? So Alan Wake over here says that will be me skipping the game then if it doesn't release on Xbox at the same time. Tired of being treated like a second-class citizen. All the best to them, but no thanks. Not a practice I can support. And then South Sack followed up, says, I mean, it's not like they're Square Enix or some other giant corporation. As long as the game is on Xbox or Switch 2, I'm okay with waiting. I get what you're saying, though. Making Xbox users wait is getting to be an acceptable practice with some large publishers. And Alan Wake says, it's simply not good enough as far as I'm concerned. I won't be supporting any studio that skips Xbox to prioritize PlayStation 5 or Switch. I'll spend my money on studios that release games day one and don't treat the platform that I'm stuck with as an afterthought. Now, before I go into the next thing, I think this is 100% reasonable.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right?
The reaction is 100% justified. I would say that that's the situation that's taking place. I mean, it's a conscious decision that they're making. This makes sense to us, right? To go to PlayStation. So they're putting all their efforts into that. This was a choice. Enjoy your choice. I also really dislike the idea of like, we're going to talk to Daddy Microsoft, see what they want to do about you, Xbox, right? I don't think there's anything. What is there to discuss? What are you going to go shake the money tree and see if you get some coins? This gaming industry that is taking place at the moment, it's not for people to be developers to go ahead and run around being selective. Even if they had to get in a situation, if they were in a situation where they have to pick and choose, I don't think that this is the best way to handle it. I think you come out here a little more humble, a little more apologetic. Yes. Alan Wake here is absolutely correct. This is not the time to take that stance. Even Square is tired of taking that stance because they've been affected. But yeah, the idea that we're going to just run out and support your game when you either strong arm Microsoft, right, to throw us a bone, according to you, because that's the way I'm hearing it. But or when you decide to come around to go ahead and get the game to the Xbox platform, I mean, you don't deserve the attention. You don't deserve the time. I don't think that anyone who's put on hold to prioritize another group of people should run out to support anyone that's put them on hold. Right? So Agreed. It's ridiculous.
Agreed. 100%. Farrell, what do you think before getting into what comes next, right? Just with the announcement that he's skipping Xbox for now until he talks to Xbox and see what they can get. Just a matter of prioritizing Alan Wake's response. What do you feel about that situation as it's presented now?
I think him and developers who have taken this stance are a little bit more misguided than they have been in the past. I think, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, like before Xbox really got things rolling, and the industry looked a little bit different. There was a world where, like me as a gamer, and I'm sure a bunch of others as a gamer would have a PlayStation to supplement what wasn't being provided to them by Xbox. We're not really in that world anymore. And it's becoming more and more of a world where if you skip our platform, especially the way that things are moving, now that we're slowly starting to see, PlayStation games even come to Xbox. Like if you decide not to come, we're not having this PlayStation on the side, just because you missed us. Like people just aren't turning on their PlayStations anymore who prefer the Xbox as their primary platform, or prefer Switch as their primary platform. People are sticking to whatever their platform or preference is, and they're expecting you to meet them there now, as opposed to getting supplemental hardware to play 1 or 2 games a year that skips, their platform of choice. So I think he's taking a bad gamble.
Yeah, I agree, and I do want to bring up something that Doodle mentioned, and I definitely agree, is the idea that he just came out here so like matter of factly, like this is happening. Don't make sense to do it any other way. The numbers are the numbers. We're going PlayStation 5, then most likely Switch as well. And with Xbox, I mean, listen, we'll see. We'll just see what it is. I'll talk to Xbox.
Leftover bones.
Like,
No.
Like he was too blunt about it. Like this is a scenario where you come out humble as fuck.
Absolutely.
If you want the sympathy card about what you can do as an independent developer, you come out and you say, guys, I have bad news. We've been trying to figure out how to do it, but financially right now we can't put the game everywhere on console as we intended. We have to pick one, and right now the one that makes the most sense is the one with the biggest platform, which is PlayStation. But don't worry, we're 100% committed to putting it everywhere. We can't wait to do it, but we have to kind of roll it out over time.
Even that has to be cautiously done.
Yeah, for sure. But humble, right?
For sure, humble. When you come out here and there are 3 platforms that you're referring to, and 2 are going to get it, right? PlayStation for sure. Most likely the Switch, right?
2 out of 3. You couldn't go all the way.
Like, come on, man. I think this was too obvious. You don't put something out there like this unless you're hoping for it to come out, right? And be made a big deal out of. I also think that he came off to me as an opportunist. This has happened before. The Xbox community goes out there and kind of, tries to slap Phil on the wrist, like, and try to show him the way of what he's supposed to be doing, so that we don't miss out. So I'm really taken back. I'm very surprised and very proud of the behavior that I'm seeing out there when it comes to the community. It's not something that should be acceptable to come out here and talk like this. It should not be something that falls on Xbox to come out here and talk like this. If you have the money and you're investing it on a different platform, then we don't matter as much. We are not being prioritized. And so why should your game be prioritized on our platform? Why should Phil pick up the bill for you to go ahead and bring your game to us? Keep it. Yeah. Nice and simple.
100%. And we saw tons of people, I definitely saw tons of people saying shit like along those same lines. Like, if you don't want to prioritize us, then we won't prioritize your game when it comes out.
And honestly, we have so many games, so many studios just popping out games that it's in so many deals that they're out there making still, even though they have such a big foundation that, you can keep it. It's just that simple. You don't even go and have the conversation, right? If you can afford it someday, if you can figure it out someday, if you make enough pennies from PlayStation, then maybe, you know, it is what it is. There's no bitterness again because we're being fed. Like, this is just, you're showing us your colors. It's that simple, right? It's not a need for a game that, especially coming from these type of developers.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's the only version of this that even has a chance of surviving is coming out here humble as fuck. This was not it. This was just like, it is what it is, and we're not about that is what it is life, because it is what it is. I don't need to go ahead and buy your game. And it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Now, this is just the tipping, the like the start of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Then he responds to Alan Wake. This is what just goes wild. Entitlement much?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Entitlement much. It costs a ton of resources to make a full console port. As I said, ultimately will be on all platforms, but that'll take some time. Moon is about quality above all. So if we do something, we want to take the time to do it right.
You are taking the time to do it right for a certain platform, potentially too. So, okay, understood. This is, he thinks that he's came out here to kind of like lecture someone. No, it's not entitlement, right? So are the PlayStation fans entitled to the game without you coming out here and throwing a fit about how you can't afford it and Microsoft should be coming up to pick up the bill for you? Yeah, it costs money. If you want people to show up for it, don't make them feel like second-class citizens. That simple. Is that simple?
Yeah, and isn't this the first big game that he's making for the PlayStation? So they never really had like a big Moon Studios game.
They never had any Moon Studios game from what I know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And also, didn't this game debut on the Xbox stage?
I believe so.
Yeah, crazy.
I believe so. To go ahead and use them for the announcement, for the hype, and then turn around and come out here and talk.
Come on, man.
But the crazy thing is, this is even above Xbox. This is, now he's just talking to the potential customer.
Yep.
Yeah.
And basically saying we're in, like, we are acting entitled.
Like the potential customers that he was hoping to rile up so that they can go and kind of, you know, stand behind him and potentially help him get some type of bag. But I love how he says that, you know, Moon is about quality above all. That's funny because he was out there begging for positive reviews, right? Even though the game did not deserve it. So to put something that, you know, is less than, you know, when it comes to quality, and people are not so happy about it, to then on top of it ask people to lie for you. I mean, I wouldn't believe everything you say, coming out here acting as if he has some type of reputation other than crying to people to support him.
Yeah, like there's a lot of audacity here because, like, what was it, like a couple of years ago, I think he came out, or maybe it was last year, I'm not sure, but he came out and said that after like some layoffs were announced, something like that, he was like, this is why we didn't allow Microsoft to purchase us or something like that. And now you got to talk to Microsoft about needing more money. Like, I mean, like, it's a lot of audacity going on, you know, based on their prior relationship and the things that Xbox has done in the business relationship they've had previously. There's a lot of audacity to be saying a lot of this in public. It really is.
Well, also keep in mind that we've already seen something like this take place, and we saw that outcome, and
Mhm.
that was ex Gears of War creator Cliff Bleszinski, who went ahead and left Epic Games after building a community of fans on Xbox and made his first game with his own studio, Boss Key. Okay. He made it a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah.
And the game flopped, and the game and the studio died. It was the Concorde of back in the day.
Yeah.
Released and then died.
But
Yeah,
you know, back in the day, maybe something like that was a little, you know, easier to go ahead and kind of make that mistake. Nowadays, seeing what has been taking place with people that make a deal with PlayStation, understanding and kind of, you know, doing your research, and the fact that those boxes being out there could potentially mean absolutely nothing. You're essentially gambling with what you've worked for. Now, to Pharaoh's point, when you brought up the fact that, you know, he came out here and said this is why we didn't let Microsoft buy us or Xbox scoop us up, whatever he said. This sounds a little bit like bitterness. If this was like a year ago, maybe this is him, maybe potentially trying to exclude the Xbox community to stick it a fill. Maybe he didn't get as much as he wanted. Maybe he was trying to squeeze a bigger bag. Maybe he wanted more than the studio was worth. I mean, a lot of questions come up when you've shown us that type of behavior, and then you want to come out here and call us entitled because we feel like we deserve to be treated equally to other platforms.
Yeah, I just, a lot of audacity there. I just,
yeah,
I don't know. Like it would make more sense to release the game on PC, Xbox, and Switch, because that's where your game previously launched and had success.
Yep.
Now you're launching it to a new platform, and it's a niche genre game as is. PlayStation gamers are not really buying games at the moment. They're mainly playing free to play and participating in games through microtransactions. So, I mean, I think it's a very poor decision that he's making. And then he also said that, you know, the studio might be in danger if the game doesn't sell well. So that even makes it even worse of a decision to drop it on a new group of people that have no affiliation with your product before.
Facts, and no care about anything that you do.
He's hoping for them to be eager or a little more on the anticipation side of things. But we've seen this take place. Like, we've talked about this before. Even the Xbox games that go on that PlayStation platform, when they're hitting the top freaking of the charts, we're talking about 1 million average. So those numbers are not necessarily as high as they may seem. These PlayStation players, even when they are excited and showing up for the games, just not enough of them are showing up. And that's the bigger issue.
Yeah.
So
agreed, 100%. Let me get real quick our boy Forza Legend in the building. Thank you.
Yo, what's good?
Super chat says, wanted to say happy belated birthday, bro.
Oh,
thank you, my dude. Appreciate you, fam. Says sorry for the late response. My diabetes was out of whack these last few days, but I hope you had a good one. I did, man. Bro. Thank you so much, bro. And I'm glad you're feeling better now. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate it.
Get well, love.
You got the homie Mac22TH54 with that $2 super chat. Appreciate you, fam. Yo, with the burn says, ask Cliffy B how that turned out. Facts. The difference with Cliffy B was that Cliffy B made shit tons of money off of Gears of War. So he was able to go ahead and continue doing his thing. No Rest for the Wicked doesn't look like it's in that great of a shape. And that's not me talking. That's not Doodle. That's not Pharaoh. We go ahead and take a look over here not too long ago, back in May, 2 months ago. Wait, May, June, July. Yeah, that's how it works. 2 months. Thomas Mahler wrote, I think people think I'm joking when I'm asking for positive reviews because in people's minds, there's always some big publisher in the background who cover costs. Folks, if you're writing here and are enjoying Wicked and are excited for the future updates but haven't left a positive review, it's entirely possible that we won't be around in a couple of months to do anything any more simply because we got review bomb, which leads to people not buying the game, which means we're not making any money and we'll have to shut down. I wouldn't ask if our business wouldn't be dependent on it. I also never write reviews on anything, but if you want to see us actually finish Wicked, it's detrimental that we get that review score back up. Now, did he say, I'm asking directly to you, PlayStation and Switch fans, because Xbox fans, you're not going to get it anytime soon. Did you hear?
No, he spoke to everyone.
He was begging everybody.
In general. And,
I
have to say, entitlement to think that you deserve good reviews simply because you may shut down your studio. I mean,
if they were getting review bomb before,
yeah,
I'm just saying, what is it going to do now?
Yeah.
Hopefully those PlayStation players will come through.
Yeah.
Listen, he went about this the wrong way. If you needed to go ahead and talk to Microsoft, if you needed to talk to Xbox, I feel like that was the first thing to do. I think that's what you should have handled first. And maybe it is what you did and it didn't go as you expected it to go. And that's why you're out here trying to cause some chaos. But in my eyes, that's where you should have headed to first, before making any decisions as to where you were going to go ahead and port your game, and treated the situation with a little bit more delicately.
100%. Listen, I think maybe Thomas is showing his lack of knowledge or understanding of business.
Finesse.
And maybe that's why he's in the position he's in. Not even finesse, just common sense. What's the better scenario? Release your game to a bigger group of people who don't know who you are or care about you or any of the work you've ever done, or release it to a quote unquote smaller group of people, but before this moment, right, a smaller group of people who would have been considered your fans, right? People who've played. When you write maker of Ori, that only matters to Xbox and Switch people and PC. I don't think PC. No, I don't.
It's
think
on PC.
Ever got. Is it on PC? Did it finally release over there?
Or is on PC.
Or
okay. Yeah.
All right. So, but either way, right? They're obviously already making it for PC, and they don't seem to be coming through for them, right? Because it's already over there. So, excuse me. So instead of doing the smart thing and releasing to the smaller group, but the group that is in fact your demographic, right? The people who actually have played your game. Now you have turned those people who were once allies into people who are going to ignore your game when it drops. And it just doesn't seem like it makes much sense.
Again, looking at the pattern is the situation. If you look at just the boxes that are out there, maybe the idea that they don't have as many games and it can potentially be something that will catch their eye. I think that even PlayStation first party games are not catching their attention. So if you went and bought a box, which, at some point you had to have been drawn to their actual freaking games, their first party games. If they're not showing up for that, I don't see why they will show up for your game, especially when you're out there begging for reviews, positive reviews.
Yes, indeed, 100%. And I gotta tell you, I think I'm a pretty bitter person. I think that's who I am. And the fact that he, like, I have PC. I didn't buy it on PC. But the fact that he came out and did it this way, I 100% have no desire or ambition to play this game or spend money on the game. If the game comes to Game Pass, that would be the only way.
I hope it doesn't, honestly.
I hope it doesn't.
I hope he doesn't get that W. I hope he doesn't get that bag. Or the opportunity to, if you want to go ahead and invest that money and port the game to the Xbox platform, then, you know, good luck to you. I didn't really mean that. But, you know, it is what it is. I don't want the opportunity to be easier than it has to be to go ahead and get the attention. Because if it's in Game Pass, people are more likely, people that maybe haven't heard about this taking place, to go ahead and click on it. I don't want him to get that leg up and get that bag, and, you know, people to see it on a discount, 20% off, and be like, okay, might as well just get it. But yeah.
Agreed. 100%. We do have the homie Moonlight Ace in the building.
Yo,
I appreciate you, fam.
Thank you.
Says that developer bit the hand that fed him.
Yes.
And now they're not going to help them out. 100%.
I hope not.
I really do hope that Microsoft does not give this dude a bag. Does not. He does not deserve a bag. He can keep his shit right where it is. We're good. But wait, there's more. He has another response. Okay. Ready?
Oh, goodness. This is going to be fun.
Yesterday. This is yesterday. Ready? Folks, can we drop the conspiracy theory insanity? If Neil Gaff becomes more and more like the Purple Forum, don't be surprised if people stop posting here as well. So no, it's not a shakedown.
Okay.
Because everybody knows.
Buddy.
Everybody can see what he's doing.
Come on, man.
He says, it's called common fucking sense. Thomas, you severely lack common fucking sense.
A lot of it.
So
like,
throwing
I don't
that
think
out
you have
here
any common
is
sense.
not a good call.
And
Yeah.
I listen, you were off to a rough start, and now calling people insane. There's nothing worse than that shit. When you come out here, we know you're doing something shady, but you want to turn the tables and act as if, you know, you're the one who's in the right, calling everybody else a dumbass or stupid or insane. Come on, bro.
Like, dude,
Yep.
You're a CEO. Why are you on any social platform having these conversations in the first place? Like,
because he is
inept.
He desires attention, and that's why he does it.
No,
He should have somebody who is running their marketing.
He can't afford it. Have we not paid attention?
I mean, listen, I don't think those kids make a lot of money.
I think about him right now, he's desperate. He's desperate. That's what I'm getting from this dude. Absolutely desperate.
Yeah, I would say it looks like the writing's on the wall for him and his company. It looks like he took some risk, and it doesn't like it's panning up, because this just doesn't look very CEO like. Like, this isn't the conversations he should be. If it was, he should be having these email exchanges with Microsoft instead of, or with that whoever he needs money from, instead of like being on these forums and having these conversations. It's just wild.
Yeah.
Facts. Let me read the rest of it. It says what our community has been wanting the most is co-op and console support. It's funny because the only community he can possibly have for this game is on PC. And out of the out of the 3 groups of people, out of the 3 groups of people, who's most likely to be playing on PC and also own the console? It's most likely Xbox people. So, because PC people are not looking for a console version of this shit, right? Like, I think we can be clear on that, right?
Yeah,
PC
pretty
people
clear.
don't give a shit about a console version. And from what we hear, these PlayStation dudes, they don't be having these PCs or anything like that to go. They don't like PCs or whatever the fuck it is. They don't like their PC gaming or whatever. Switch people, we know for damn sure, are the least likely, right? So
They like Leapfrog.
Yeah, and again, it's so full of shit because if they're on PC, why do they give a fuck about the console support? If they've been playing on the PC, living their best lives, right? They bought it on PC, and what you're suggesting that the thing they're asking most is for the ability to buy the game again, not for you to finish the fucking game. I don't believe that. So he says, so we want to fulfill those wishes as soon as humanly possible. We're already hard at work on co-op so people can play Wicked and multiplayer pretty soon. And after that, the idea is we'll release 1.0 sooner than initially expected so that we don't have to deal with the hassle of being an early access game on consoles. Translation, we're going to rush the shit and just throw it on a console and put a 1.0 label
And if
on
we
it.
don't do that, it'll still not be up to par.
So it's going to be buggy and shitty on console.
It's a lose-lose situation. You're telling us it's funny because I think that without this interaction that he's having out there on social media, maybe like he made it all so transparent as to, what he's going to be delivering. I thought he took pride in his work. He just said that a few seconds ago on that last freaking paragraph he wrote. So, man, this is tricky.
It's real wild.
My girl Queen Witch said, I saw it, digging a deeper hole.
Facts.
Digging his hole deeper. Exactly.
100%.
Take the shovel away. Take it away.
So he continues, Wicked is already in a pretty great state. So by the time we exit early access, we'll be golden. Okay. Now, and in order to get there fast, we'll first support the platform that has the most users purely out of resource reasons. Funny. Quick question. Farrell, you brought it up before. This is the first time they're making a PlayStation version, right? Of anything?
Yeah. Yes, to my knowledge.
The first time that they have PlayStation dev kits, possibly, if they even have it yet. And he's trying to lead us to believe that out of his resources that he has, it's going to be easier for him to port the game to PlayStation that requires its own, way of development. Not way. I mean, obviously it's very similar language now, but it still is more proprietary than Xbox.
It's
with
foreign
PC,
to him,
right? Like he's already done the Xbox thing, right? He's already developed games for Xbox, so he already knows how to do it. He already knows how to get through certification. He already knows how to do other stuff. He's never done this for PlayStation. He probably doesn't even have a contact at PlayStation yet. So those resources, he's gonna spend them wasting it trying to figure out what to do on the PlayStation and go through that process with PlayStation, not knowing what it is, versus just doing the easy route, developing for the console you already developed for, porting everything over, and then going ahead and getting it out to your fans, right? Or to the people who would be considered your fans. I call bullshit, bro. I think it's full of shit.
Well, obviously.
Now, he continues. Okay. We're a comparatively small indie studio. So doing a console port at the quality level we want is not a small task. You ready? Porting to Xbox means porting to Xbox Series X and S, and that'll take more time to optimize compared to porting to PlayStation 5 and PS5 Pro.
What?
So we're most likely going to do PS5, PS5 Pro first and launch there in order to make fans happy and supply other ports later. So now he's calling the PlayStation people fans.
Mm-hmm.
And and Xbox and Switch people were not fans. The only places he ever launched the game that they could ever have fans from, those are not the fans, is the PlayStation people.
Talk about burning bridges.
Got it.
For an audience that's not going to show up for you, bro.
In any way, shape, or form.
Not going to show up. I hope you spend all your pocket change porting this freaking game to PlayStation 5 and PlayStation Pisser Plus. And I hope that, while you're doing that and you run out of money, hopefully you won't figure out how to get that bitch on that platform still. But if you do, you're going to find out because you done fucked around.
No. So check this out. This is the funny part too. So he says, I'm gonna port to Xbox Series X and Series S. Oh no! Right, but he said that he's going to port to PS5 and PS5 Pro, and then to the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking Switch is weaker than the Series S.
Has he heard the issues trying to port to the PlayStation 5 Pro that developers have had
with the pisser technology?
Yeah. No, that's definitely the easier route. You are a genius, Thomas. A genius, I tell you.
That's probably why the game hasn't been out yet. They're probably spending more time than usual what they're used to developing for the PlayStation.
Baby, can you see Dark Angelic right there?
No.
Can you click on his post?
Here we go. Yo,
Dark Angelic with the bars. The studio that made Expedition 33 was even smaller. Try again.
Oh. Try again, he said. Let's go.
Come on, bro. Fun fact. Ghost of Yote hasn't even been shown on the Pro yet.
Why do you think? Why? PlayStation's like, I don't want to mess with that pisser tech. But Thomas is going to figure it out.
Thomas is going to figure it out with his limited resources. He's going to figure it out. He's going to figure it out.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. That's the money shot. That's the money shot for sure. All right. And he continues. That's literally all there is to it. And yes, we'll need to discuss with Xbox and Nintendo. Oh, look who added Nintendo into the conversation. What the best strategies are to support their platforms and their features in the best way possible. And that'll be an ongoing discussion. Is this motherfucker cracked
out?
Does he not know that we know that he's already released games on Xbox and Nintendo Switch?
I mean,
and he's already supported the platforms and their features. And
this is a crazy
why would he need to talk to Xbox and Nintendo where he already released shit and not to Sony, which he has no fucking idea how to use any of their fucking features and the pisser. But he don't need to talk to them. He only needs to talk to Xbox and Nintendo.
Because his head is so far up their ass that they can't have a conversation right now. So that's crazy, man. You
Dude.
can't make this up.
You absolutely cannot make it up. Farrell, you gonna say something?
No, I said you can't make it up. I was agreeing.
No. That's real wild that he really thinks that he's like he thinks he dropped bars right here. Like he thinks he shut shit down. He finishes this up. This is what a way to finish. So there's nothing to see here. It's just common sense.
Just say that?
Yeah. There's nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. It's just common sense with us having to make the right moves given the resources we have while making sure we give players what they want as fast as possible. Again,
as fast
players,
as possible.
But they're only looking to give it to PlayStation as fast as possible.
No.
Right?
Thomas wouldn't know common sense if it popped up and punch him in the throat. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Well, I've dealt with ponies, so I've heard some crazy shit. But
yeah, but you expect it from ponies.
Because
you know what I'm saying?
They are
like if you go to a stupid convention,
you know what you're walking into.
To speak to stupid.
But
I
guess
when you are talking about a developer who developed for Xbox in the past, has a fan base of Xbox or whatever's left of that fan base.
These are bad decisions, Thomas. But listen, you've already put this out there. You can't take it back. Even if you delete this shit, receipts are out.
He's so fucked, dude.
This is so bad. If he thought he was in a bad situation before, I mean, this is it. This is it. Shut the doors and stop wasting money, Thomas.
Thomas, start saving, bud.
Yeah.
Start saving.
You know what's funny? I see his profile picture in the essay that he wrote.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
He looks like
just that crazy.
He looks
just
that
like
crazy.
that.
That makes sense. Queen Witch, the guy's obviously a pony. Queen, you ain't lying. You ain't lying.
Oh, those are the worst ones when they come into the Xbox community, take advantage of whatever they can, and then they get a little pony crazy and they start kicking and they get off like the meds or something and they just start acting a clown and they just want to join that circus. Well, have fun at the circus, Thomas.
Have fun.
Just proving us. He's
Circus.
proven to us, at least to me, that he belongs there. So he's gonna fit right in.
So I mean, for real though, do you think the game that we just saw him say, if you don't write positive reviews, we're going to have to shut down our studio? Do you think No Rest for the Wicked survives?
No shot in
this
hell.
Bullshit?
No. And listen, any chance that it had, Thomas handled that. Thomas was like, the fuck we will.
Thank you, babe.
At this point, he stands a better chance of his game flopping and Microsoft buying them and him not being a part of Moon Studios anymore than he does have a chance of, getting support from Microsoft to make sure it launches day one on Xbox at this point. If you ask me.
Yeah.
So let me go over here, and before we kind of get away from it, let's just bring in the comments from his post.
Please.
A man of culture says, so the numbers make sense for PlayStation 5 and Switch 2. You know damn well that the Switch 2 has less units sold than Xbox, and you expect us to believe your BS excuse. Awesome Gomez says, wow, just make your game and stop playing on Twitter against the fans. You're losing. Consumers don't care about your cost. You decided to pay for ports on PlayStation and Switch. LOL, I'm not supporting this game. I'm so tired of devs crying instead of working on their game.
Oh, awesome Gomez. Let's freaking go.
Not fucking around.
That's what I'm talking about. Stop tweeting around. get to freaking work, and maybe it will reflect what you're trying to sell us on. If you're making a great game, the game will speak for itself. You shouldn't have to come out here and convince us that someday it'll reach that potential. No. That was perfect.
Facts.
He's out here losing fans. Anybody who potentially had any type of interest, I mean, his mouth alone fucked it up.
Facts. 100%. You have the homie Razor Ultron in the building with that $2 switch. I appreciate you, fam. Says Thomas and Randy pitch for must hang out together. He does. That Borderlands dude does be in the same fucking pot.
Yeah.
Like crazy. All right. Sunrash says, as an Xbox gamer, I want to thank you for saving me money.
Oh!
Since you clearly see Xbox as less of a priority, my friends and I will treat your game the same way when it finally arrives on Xbox.
Let's go. I love that line, my friends and I, because it's not just whoever sees it, it's whoever they tell the story to as well. And look at all those likes, by the way, 27 likes. Let's go.
Well, somebody like in general, like if you're a big game, like 27 people don't matter. When you're this game and you're out here shaking your ass on the corner, hoping that somebody will put a positive review on your fucking game. I think everyone counts at this point for him.
Anyone who clicked in there and decided that they decided that they had interest. Anyone who put a like on that sided with Sunrash. So, or felt the same way, just did. A lot of people don't speak, right? A lot of people don't get into this mess, but they watch.
Nope.
Right? So he's reaching a lot more people than he thinks. Exactly. These are just the ones that are saying something about it.
100%. Alan Wake responds, with respect, as a consumer, I am entitled to be entitled.
Yes.
It's my money that I spend on games. And if I see a game I've been really looking forward to skip my platform for what will likely end up being many months, I'll be entitled to spend my money elsewhere.
Yes.
All the best.
I love that Alan Wake took that entitled word the same way that I did, because it is crazy for someone who's entitled out there calling after causing this type of chaos, calling the response entitled, right? You think that the Xbox community is just going to sit here tight waiting for you to go ahead and prioritize these gallopers who have proven to be nothing. So no, thank you. We're not doing that. And it's true. It is sickening. We don't need to hear how much you're spending, the efforts that you're putting in. If you are not cut out for that freaking career, if you're not cut out to make a game, step the fuck aside. We don't need to know the details. You just need to deliver a great game. Unless it's a story afterwards where you're like, listen, we almost didn't come through. Thank you for supporting the game. I'm glad you love it. Save it.
Facts. Let me see. That guy's a loser. Craig. People vote with their pocket.
Yep.
That's not entitlement. It's choice. The entitlement on the show here is you scorning people for making that choice. Who the hell do you think you are demanding what I spend my money on? You lost a customer.
Woo!
Mm.
And by the way, Alan's comment had 100 likes.
Yes. I mean, listen, this is just still like, I'm sure this is flooded with more and more. Backbone says, you're talking about entitlement after telling people it will release on Xbox for years. For a preview game that's been struggling to hold numbers on Steam, you're handling this like a rookie. Jesus, man, be better towards your customers and stop being entitled. Just saying, that really sums it up, right? It really sums up this this idea that he was going to come out here and put the customer in his place and say that he's entitled.
Yeah,
because he's not
shut
gonna
us
wait.
the fuck up while he goes and figures out how he's going to build a relationship with PlayStation and their players, and then come running back to us crying, expecting and demanding our support, right? That's not how it works.